obviously News 24 today referenced an article about is Cyril Ramaphosa's speeches made by AI? And they actually credit you. So well done, Ramon. You were credited in News 24 for actually figuring this out. But I actually wanted to check if this was true. And so what I did is I reverse engineered an entire speech. So I was like, okay, if Cyril Ramaphosa is a true ChatGPT president, I should be able to reverse engineer it and get a typical speech. And so this is the prompts I use. I said, what would be a good policy to uplift South African black people? So then ChatGPT gave me a whole long speech. And I said, write this up as a speech for a South African audience.
I think I've already heard this before. It was the State of the Nation address in 2018, in 2019, in 2020, in 2021, 2022, and 2023. So I've heard the speech about 7 times, Byron. But I'm happy to hear it once more, I suppose.
Now, there are 10 policies. I'm just going to pick 5 of them. Otherwise, we'll be here all day, and it's going to get boring. Okay? So I'm going to start off with probably the most normal one. And interestingly, ChatGPT used it first. And this will be as no surprise. It says, land reform. We embark on a journey of restitution, recognizing the historical injustices endured by communities disposed of their land. Accelerating land restitution programs is not just a policy, it is a commitment to rectifying the wrongs of the past and ensuring that every South African has access to and ownership of the land they call their home. I've heard that exact speech in pretty much every land debate.
So that's only the first point. And remember, ChatGPT wrote this in this order by itself. We didn't ask for this order. After land, it talks about economic empowerment. And I do quote, to build a prosperous nation, we must stimulate job creation and support entrepreneurship, particularly within our black communities. Through targeted policies, we will foster an environment where businesses owned by black entrepreneurs can flourish, creating a ripple effect of economic empowerment.
And it actually goes on to the next one. Healthcare. Yeah, NHI. Healthcare is a fundamental right. We commit to providing or improving access to affordable and quality healthcare services, especially in underserved communities. Our focus will be on addressing health disparities and implementing targeted health programs to uplift the health and well-being of all South Africans. Yeah, that's pretty much the speech on why we need NHR, mate. It's to uplift everybody in terms of their health there because of the disparities based on the past.
I'm telling you, man, Cyril Ramaphosa was made by AI. The entire person doesn't exist. No one has seen him in public ever. You can't touch him. He's just an AI bot.
It gets worse. Do you know what the final points in the whole speech is? It's pretty much the final speech on every speech Ramaphosa has ever made. It's around anti-corruption and accountability. I have to read it to you because it's literally Cyril Ramaphosa's whole election campaign. We pledge to strengthen anti-corruption measures, ensuring that resources are allocated and utilized effectively for the benefit of every South African. Transparency and accountability will be the hallmarks of our government. Yeah, that's literally Cyril's campaign pledge. And it's the last thing that ChatGPT put on his speech. I'm now sold 100%. Cyril's speeches are made by AI. 100%.
It is 100%. Because just think about it. Who in the government in South Africa of Retardanistan can write a speech that makes sense? Literally no one. We have cater deployment, we have retardation of the state, we've got ESCOM falling apart, we've got all of these problems, and now you think some smart individual, some PR mastermind genius is going to write proper speeches for the president? Cyril has been, like, maybe he had the beta phase of ChatGPT before it came out in 2021, but it really looks like everything he's ever said is basically an AI bot.
And just to prove this, we're going to do one more thing, because we all know about black economic empowerment in the country, right? So you could test this at home. The prompt I put in ChatGPT is, what is a good policy to empower black people in the workspace, specifically in South Africa? Number 1 policy, affirmative action and employment equity policies. True story, look it up yourself. Implement and strengthen affirmative action policies that aim to address historical imbalances and promote equal representation of black individuals in the workplace. This creates the setting of specific targets for black representation at various levels within the organization. It's right there, mate. It's right there.
As the BE Amendment Bill in action. But, I mean, the worst part about all this, so there's no doubt in my mind Cyril's speeches are written by AI. But the worst part about all of this, Byron, is that AI has read ANC speeches of the past and has just incorporated them into the algorithm. That's the most distressing part. The AI is basically becoming the ANC in digital form.
So according to the news article today that quoted you, Ramon, the presidency is looking into this. So I'm sure we'll get an ex-judge and an inquiry form, and he'll let us know about it in about 45 years, maybe. But we don't really need an inquiry. Yeah, we have a ChatGPT government, a literal ChatGPT government.
We fought the struggle against white supremacy and settled for AI supremacy. Welcome to Retard Danistan.